Hello and welcome back to me making save states and whatnot. By the way, here's the map. We're gonna very slowly scroll around it. And look at all the glory that it is, or something, I don't know. Either way, we're gonna head to Blessoon, which is another somewhat tutorialized zone. Also, this game does have a two-player mode. We will not be showing it, but anyway, here we are. This is an area where you meet plague rats, which are awful abominations and all need to die. Also, I have no idea how they actually work when you capture them, but either way. Our primary goal here is to activate these dongly-doos, which will open a door for us such that we can leave. So we'll want to do that as quickly as possible. We'll also want to get an encounter right about here. There we go. That one is somewhat randomized. You can always get one here, but I really don't want to just hit you. There's freaking two plague rats. Also, they sound like freaking flamethrowers when they use their attack, which is great. Oh, come on. You only hit one, Birdman? And you dumped me into the freaking poison? Rude. So, plague rats, oddly enough, are earth creatures. However, I want this thing to get the XP, so we're just going to kill it with this anyway. Plague rat. Oh, you know what I forgot to do in this encounter here that we just did? I forgot to break those boxes, which is the entire point of the encounter. That was a bit foolish of me, wasn't it? You can't break these outside of the encounter, so we'll just have to run around until we get two more plague rats to spawn here. Unfortunately. You know what? Let's summon you over yonder. We'll weaken this one for the man trap to attack, although he is poisoned to lower his effectiveness, but he will kill them easily enough if he can actually get his butt over here before he dies, which he may not be able to do. And this is what I'm talking about with distracting the enemy, so they'll try and attack me instead of hitting the man trap, who appears to be stuck on a sign. Ow. Oh great, now I'm poisoned. Man trap, please. Thank you. Freaking... You know what I forgot to do again? Apologies for the music for a minute here while I rub my face on this until we get another encounter because I'm an idiot. You'd think I was grinding experience here, which I'm not if you're curious. I guess you could have them break them for me as well. This time we got a Dark Raven. That's what a Mandragora does, by the way. They're alright, I suppose. I don't really like any of these cards. You know what? We'll take one of these lizard things. That'll do. Now we can actually get the chest. Look at all this lovely experience that we farmed, which is basically worth nothing. At the cost of several cards, just to get one of these. Admittedly, the mummy is actually really good. Blue fairies, if you're curious, will either heal you, or piss you off, or give you some cards back, which is nice. Or give you some mana crystals, which is for the most part irrelevant. We're apparently going to have this encounter again. Have a hobgoblin. That'll go well. Surely he won't die immediately and be useless. Amazingly, he hasn't died yet, but he also hasn't done anything. Oh, there you go. Good job. You've weakened him for the Mandragora, who might die anyway. No, he should be right. You get stuck on the sign, you idiot. Not the best AI. Come on, do it. Oh. Well, you'd have another Mandragora, I guess. Which will probably get poisoned. Oh, alright. Plague rats don't do very much damage, it's the poison that's annoying. Anyway, how many plague rats are we gonna fight around here? Jeez. Let me go, please. Thank you. I wonder how many cards we've already used, considering we're not very far into this stage. Now, I don't think... This is actually... I don't think in general, but this is actually the first place that we will encounter red fairies, which are a collector thing we'll get into shortly, but I don't think there's any red fairies until you actually meet the guy that explains them to you. So we don't need to worry too much about that. We'll have to worry, if we're going to try and get all of them, or at least most of them, we will have to worry about triggering random encounters in certain areas, I believe, in order to get access to them sometimes. Oh look, a plague rat. You know what? Have a mandragora. I thought he was going to do that, so I threw the card around for a bit. Nice. Once you get something in the sights of a mandragora, it does some pretty good damage, but the problem is getting it in the sights. It gets stuck on a lot of things. It has such a tiny hit area for its attack. It's generally not that good, but I like them anyway. Plus, it's much better than a freaking hobgoblin, and that's really your only choices early on, is that or a hobgoblin. I would much rather have that. I think that's all of the treasure chest. It's also all of the things to light to open the door, which we passed by earlier. Is there anything over here? There's a door we can open for some reason. Oh, well, nice opening animation, I suppose. You found a water hopper card. Oh, there you go. Good to know. There's probably cards in some of these trees as well, or other miscellaneous areas that I don't actually know about because I don't know where all the treasure is in this game. Oh look, a plague rat. Would you like to know what card we're going to use against a plague rat? It's called a mantrap, I believe. As long as it gets that first attack off and doesn't get interrupted, it's basically over. And very little cost for that. Just a couple ticks of health. I should have kept that screen up because I want to investigate this real quick. And nothing. Alright. Is there anything in the well? Seems like a decent place to hide a card would be the well. Especially since you can walk up to it. Nothing? No? Alright, what about you, friend? What do you say? Some way to get the gate open. In the upper right corner of the screen you can see the map of this area. Have you noticed that yet? Also, we already opened the gate, so it's kind of null and void what he's on about there. I was hoping to avoid this, but I didn't, so instead we'll fight some of these, which I'd rather not fight with this hand. Yeah, we'll fight them with these. There's my invulnerability frames in action, by the way. That's the wrong card, but since I used it, I will use it a bunch of times until I hit again, in which case I won't. Evasive actions are occurring there. Somewhat comically easy evasive actions. Either way, I just wasted a bunch of cards, it shouldn't matter. How many do we even have left? Of curiosity. 16, that's plenty. We will not be redoing this map, even though I technically could. So we're going to get interrupted by this scene involving this man in a oddly shaped scholarly hat. Oh, yeah? Like he just graduated or something. I study the fairies, you know, the little people. They're freaking fairies, mate. A lot of the red fairies will give you little, by the way, this is automatically scrolling. It's like they're supposed to be voice acting, but they don't have any. But the red fairies will a lot of the time give you little hints or just little bits of interesting dialogue, I suppose. They're probably the most interesting dialogue in the game out of everything that's here, which is, you know, probably terrible. We're heading to Grail Castle. A woman in black, you say? Please deliver it to the castle. May the gods protect our princess. Well, you don't have to deliver it to the castle if I'm here, do you? Anyway, we'll say hello. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. That one wants to come on the quest with us. I thought one of these boxes had a fairy in it, but I could be mistaken. Is it this one? Ah, there you are, my little fairy friend. You're not wrong. The burial grounds is actually our next destination. Also a bunch of chests. There's a lot of chests in this game because it's one of your main ways of getting cards, especially early on. So they'll throw a lot of these chests at you. Sea Monk's alright, that's the upgraded version of Fairy, I believe. Or at least the first upgrade of Fairy. 2 Dark Ravens, I like the Dark Raven card, I'm not gonna lie, but they're cheap. Once again, I keep forgetting you don't have to push anything when you run up to the Fairy. He's basically talking about the blue fairies. They're, you know, they're there. Some of the blue fairies aren't actually blue fairies, as mentioned there. You can get in battles with them. Our next goal is to row our face on these very poorly textured barrels until the game decides to give us an encounter, which sometimes can take a while. And then our second goal is to remember to actually attack the freaking barrels when we get into an encounter instead of just doing the encounter. This is how you have to do this, by the way. You have to be in battle in order to use a card, obviously, because the card UI is not up. And notice those are right on the edge of the map. We'll drop you down, and then we're going to shuffle our deck. Shuffle our card, hand, whatever. There we go. Huzzah we go. And we may as well let the man trap... Oh, crap. Try and finish this. Oh, he's poisoned. Oh, dear. The poison takes, I think they're random, by the way. It's not like every second it takes a damage or something. It seems to be just there's a % chance every second to take damage. There should be a fairy somewhere. There it is. Try and get this blue one on the way over. Maybe. It's probably not going to let me because it's a piece of garbage. So we'll get this one. I'm not scared, but the other are. What be this fog? Got some cards back. Looks like I got a Dark Raven back, which is You know how I feel about those already. Come back. Thank you. How do we get in there? Get this way. I believe there should be a fairy in this bed. I think it's this bed. A lot of the fairies are hidden, by the way. You might have caught on. A human. Probably has something to do with that all the buildings are destroyed. Probably why there's no humans. I believe that is all of the red fairies. There's 2 more chests we're gonna get, but I believe that's all the red fairies. So we'll be ending this level very shortly here. A carbuncle card. The carbuncle's actually alright. It doesn't last very long until you get it leveled up or upgraded or whatever, but it's technically an independent card. You deploy it and it basically just rolls up into a ball and does circles around you, and every time it hits something it'll do damage, so it does quite a lot of damage and you have some minor control over it. But it doesn't last very long, I've mentioned. It only lasts like 6-7 seconds or something, which is crazy. Oh sure, now you give me a freaking battle right here. Well, have one of these, I suppose. Whoa there, buddy. I don't know what kind of shenaniganry you were just trying to pull there, but don't do that anymore. This man trap getting work done. He's the only one getting work done. Oh, come on. Man trap. I know you have the worst hitbox detection, but come on. We're also going to be using a lot of weapon cards early on, and later on as well, but mostly because weapon cards are the easiest to get some damage out with. We'll read the sign and it tells us, hey look, the burial grounds, where we're supposed to go. We'll use this because I can, basically. Not that I need to, and then we'll fight our boss for the level, which is a fire golem instead of a sand golem. We may as well take advantage of the fact that we have the sand golem still. So what do we want to use? Not that. Could use this. Why not? It's not going to kill him. Plus we need some gems. Not that that gave us very many. It was the wrong element, wasn't it? So he's fire. We need water. Do we have any water? You're not water. You're not water. You're not water, but I'll use you just to get you out of my hand here. None of you are water. God dang it. The fairies are water, but the fairies don't do damage. There's our water card. And of course that happened. unfortunately. That's his little AoE attack, by the way. He is a summon that you can get from this level. It's not a very good summon, but he exists nonetheless. Basically, you summon him and he gives you like a little fire shield, which will do damage to stuff basically directly next to you. I'm just gonna spam out some of these. This is basically what the sand golem's for. It's his only purpose in life. Well, this will probably go poorly, considering he's no longer distracted by the sand golem. But we'll do it anyway. Especially if he keeps spamming that AoE crap. That's not gonna go well. Stop it! So rude. Come on. Come on. He's not gonna do it. Curses. Well, we only have one card left, and it's this one, and it's Plant. Sadly, it's gonna get the experience, which is unfortunate because I don't want it to get the experience. Maybe I should have used that to weaken it, instead of using so many man traps right there. Hooray! We used all of our cards. We still got a 5-star rating because of reasons. Well, we didn't get the fire golem, but I don't like it anyway. We got 2 plague rats, which I don't care for, and a lycanthrope, which I don't like because it takes too long to attack. What do the plague rats do? Toxic Mega Boost Special. What do the plague rats do? Is there more info you can get on this? Yeah, you can read the bollocks about it. Claw Swipe, Double Kick. We don't care about that information, we have things to do, like go back to the world map and see the burial grounds. We're not gonna go to the burial grounds though, we're actually gonna save. And then end the video. How long is this video? I don't know, probably not very long if I were to estimate. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I'm not entirely sure. Either way, thanks for watching, see you guys next time.